Thanks for downloading the lead routing campaign. This is arguably the toughest campaign to templatize or come up with an out-of-the-box solution for a B2B organization, simply because companies are going to have different sales territories. So I'm going to walk you through in this video how to make any edits or adjustments so that you can use this for your sales team and be able to route leads the way you want to. So to kick off, the enrollment trigger is any form submission on any page. If you did have a specific form, like a lead generation form or a top of the funnel form that you use as your primary form for new leads, please feel free to edit that in the enrollment triggers before turning this on. A couple minute delay just to make sure that everything else kicks in smoothly. We're gonna set the contact property of lifecycle stage. We're also going to change the lead status. Also, feel free to edit these. Every organization has a slightly different way that they do that. So this is set right now to United States and non-United States. I'm going to show you how to change that if you do want to change that. Also, one nifty thing about HubSpot, it is able to gather an IP address from a user or from a form fill. So you don't necessarily have to ask for a state or a country on your form. So right here in this example, if someone is in the United States, it will filter down towards this side of the if-then statement. It will then rotate the record to an owner, set it to the contact owner. You'll have to go in here and change these contact owners just because I'm not able to know your sales reps' names and so on and so forth. It will send a new email to that contact owner, as well as create a task to contact that new lead. Now, let's say, for example, you wanted to change to, let's use California and Texas. So let's call this right here, let's call it California. And let's go in here and use IP. State region right here, and let's say is equal to California. Oops, California. Go ahead and enter that. And let's say we also wanted to add another branch and say, let's call this one Texas. In here, contact properties, search IP, state or region. A little delayed. And let's do is equal to Texas. Go ahead and apply that filter, save it. Now what we'll see here is now it's branched out into 4 branches. So let's say that you even had a West Coast sales rep, a Midwest, a South, and an East Coast. You would go into each branch of the workflow and you would manually type in the state. So let's use the West, for example. Let's do Oregon, Washington, Arizona, and Nevada. Go ahead and save that. Now, all of a sudden, you can see how you can start to form out these branches right here. Let me refresh that just so I can show you. And instead of calling this one California, let's go ahead and call this West region. Save it. There you go. So the important thing here is to make sure that your if-then branches align with your sales territories. Once you do, let's say you set your sales territories, let's go ahead and clone this and action and all after it. And then let's place that right here. Let's do the same thing for our Texas sales rep. And let's place that right there. Now, all of a sudden, you have the same actions taking place over all of your if-then statements. It's going to assign it to the correct owner. and it's going to send them an email and create a task for them to let them know that they need to contact their new rep. Let's look at one more thing in this package, which is the lead routing list. So you can see here, it follows a similar format as the enrollment triggers. Right here, I have lifecycle stages lead, IP country is equal to any of the United States. What you would want to do is, let's say you have 4 sales regions. Let's go ahead and clone this 3 more times so that you have a total of 4 lists. And then just make sure that on your new list, let's say the new list was Canada, we would go ahead and create one for Canada, one for the United States, one for Mexico. So you can kind of catch my drift right there. The important thing is to just make sure that you have an active list set up for your sales reps wherever their territories are. Please let me know if you have any questions. This one is a little bit tricky, but I'm happy to help make sure you get your leads routed correctly. All right, thank you.